Revenge films.
I started an IT company at a young age, starting from zero savings for a man with no educational background nor connections. I had one big ambition. I turned my rusty old garage into an office and rose up into the world by making continuous top sales. However, it was only until then that everything went well. I was blinded by money back then, and as I got greedier and greedier for it, I went to the point where I was on the brink of bankruptcy. I lost all of my workers, and it was just a matter of time I'd had to let my company go. My life was a disappointment. On one rainy day, I was sitting on the park bench like a homeless man. The one lady came to talk to me.
Excuse me. I'm very embarrassed to say this, but would you be kind enough to give me some money? Even $1 would be wonderful.
I was shocked to see a real homeless lady come to talk to a man like me, who looked almost homeless himself. The lady looked weak and was dressed in torn down clothes from head to toe. I would have been more surprised usually, but I had already given up on life then. I don't mind, but you wouldn't be able to buy anything with just $1, you know? After hearing that, the lady's face flushed.
That's true. Sorry for talking to you out of the blue.
You don't look well. Maybe you should go to the hospital.
No, I'm okay. I'm sorry for the weird request.
Saying that, the lady disappeared into the rain. After she left, I remembered the torn down clothes she was wearing and realized that she probably couldn't buy decent clothes because she didn't have the money. I mean, she had to beg for $1. And she kind of resembled someone I knew. After going through my memories to remember who she was, I couldn't help but let out a big voice. That was Lola! There's no doubt. Lola was my childhood friend. Although she had grown up, I could still see the resemblance. I don't think she realized who I was. Firstly, why did Lola turn into that? There was no way I could leave her alone knowing that my childhood friend was in such a terrible state. With many different thoughts running in my mind, I was running after her before I knew it. Excuse me, you'll die if you continue walking around outside in the rain.
I'm fine.
My house is right there. Why don't you come in and wait until the rain stops? After I brought Lola to my house, I lent her some clothes and had her take a hot bath. As Lola thanked me, I heard her stomach growl and realized she was starving. So I made her some food with the ingredients I had at home.
I'm really sorry. Thank you.
Lola was crying as she ate the food I cooked. Although I was confident it was her, I decided to ask her just in case. You're Lola, right? Do you remember me? I'm your childhood friend, Dan. Hearing that, Lola looked surprised.
It was you, Dan? I remember you. I guess you saw me in the most embarrassing stage of my life.
Well, I don't know what happened, but I'm not that surprised.
Huh?
I was just thinking my life was over when you suddenly came along. I couldn't help but wonder if I would become like this too.
What happened?
I would like to ask first. I haven't got to where you are yet. You're down in the dumps.
Truth is, I failed in starting up my own company, and the debt collectors are after me. I lost my home and I became homeless 4 days ago. I hadn't eaten anything until then, and I was scared to go near other homeless people, so I ended up hiding in that park.
It would have been better if she were a guy, but to think that a lady like her was living a homeless life alone in the dark. She wouldn't be able to run away if a weird guy comes after her. To think she was in such a dangerous situation all this time. Because Lola told me her story, I decided to share mine too. Then Lola said,
Would you hire me then? I have experience in that field, so I'm sure I can be a help. As you can see, I'm in this situation right now, and I have nothing to lose. If anything, I want to support you, my life savior.
I was honestly surprised. My company was just a brink away from bankruptcy, and I didn't imagine a homeless lady would offer something like that. Well, we're just going downhill anyway. Why not take a risk and listen to Lola? I started to think that way. After the offer from Lola, because I didn't have enough money to spend generously, we lived together as she helped me with the company.
Dan, I got a contract today again.
Wow, you're amazing! Lola, who told me that she had experience in this field, really showed her talent and work, and got many good deals one after another. As that went on for a few months, I was successfully able to avoid bankruptcy. However, one day, I got into a quarrel with Lola over a small issue at work. Lola was the type of person who said what she thought clearly. To say it bluntly, she was quite strong and aggressive. With that, we got into a small fight and spontaneously said things we didn't mean and got ourselves into a terrible atmosphere.
You should fix that part of yourself, you know? You really haven't changed since you were a kid.
You too! You should go fix your personality.
It was because I tried hard that you didn't go bankrupt.
Well, you're able to live your life like this right now because I found you. I finished work that day under a terrible mood. However, we both go home to the same house. The atmosphere was awkward that day. But honestly though, Lola was harsh sometimes. It was true that she was the one who saved my company. While I was thinking about how to make up with her, Lola suddenly fell to her knees and started apologizing. I was shocked.
I'm sorry I got upset. I was lying when I said it was all because of me. I'm really grateful for all you've done for me. I'm so very sorry.
Hey, don't sit on the floor like that! When I tried to pick her up from the floor, Lola continued to look down and wail. Maybe she thought I was going to kick her out of the house. Or maybe there was a different reason. I didn't know. I got it, so stop crying. I was wrong too. Sorry. I'm really thankful for you. If you weren't here, I would have been dead out on the streets. Also, hearing my words, Lola started wiping her tears. It was true that Lola was strong-willed since she was young, but Lola's position within me had changed at this point. After that, Lola and I continued to get more contracts, hire workers, and grew our company back into how it looked like before. Then I decided to take action in making my ambition come true.
Dan, what was it you wanted to talk to me about?
It's not about work, but I'm sure you've earned enough money to go back to living alone, right? I don't think we should be living together like this forever.
That's true. Sorry for causing trouble. I was at your house for too long.
No, it wasn't trouble at all. I know the reason why you didn't want to leave was because the debt collectors were after you, right?
That too, but Okay, I'll leave.
I know you'd get mad at me if you hear this, but I actually hired a detective to investigate you.
What?
And I had a lawyer help me in paying all of your liabilities. Hearing what I said, Lola started weeping. I imagined that she'd be happy, and I didn't know what to do after seeing her unexpected reaction. Are you upset that I paid for it without telling you? Lola shook her head to the side.
I'm just so sorry. You already did everything for me.
No, it's fine. You showed me more than enough results for our company, so you don't have to force yourself to live with me.
I'm not forcing myself. I want to stay here to live with you, Dan. I love you, Dan. But since you've done so much for me, I know I can't be causing you any more trouble than this.
I was surprised at what Lola told me. If I heard it right, this meant that Lola was confessing her love for me. And there wasn't one time I thought Lola was troublesome. When I got into a fight with Lola, I realized how I felt. It was true that I dealt with her liabilities because she was a major support to the company, but it was mainly because I wanted to save her from all her troubles. The reason why I suggested living separately was because if I had confessed my love to her and she turned me down, I thought she would find it awkward. So I never imagined that she would tell me she liked me, and I was honestly very surprised. My mind was running, and I tried to think of what to say first. The fact that I was happy to hear how she felt and how I wanted to continue living with her too. But I thought I should say that after I told her how I felt about her. When I opened my mouth to tell her that, Lola was crying at first, then started to smile happily.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.